Hi, my name's Gareth Morgan and I'm the General Manager at Long Ashton Golf Club. I've been a golf club General Manager now for just under 15 years, working across clubs in Wales and the southwest of England. Looking forward to bringing you a little insight in the next few weeks as to maybe what happens behind the scenes that some of our golf club members and golfers around the UK may not be so familiar about. So I look forward to bringing that to you. I hope you enjoy. So it's coming up 7:45 now this evening. So those of us who say us managers are never in work beyond office hours. Tonight's a course walk. You can see them behind me here. This is our course development committee. Course walks can be quite difficult to sort of keep in check sometimes, but I'm lucky here. I've got a group that stay pretty focused and stay on the agenda. Biggest challenge I'll have from this meeting is, once you're in off the golf course, having walked it and had a chat, is to sort of keep a record of the sort of things that you've discussed and things that you want to work on for the future. So, but no, it's been a good course walk and it's a lovely night and it's a great course. One of our biggest jobs today is the draws for the knockout cups. Here at Long Ashton, the COVID-19 crisis has meant that this year we've unfortunately had to cap entry at every competition to 32 or 32 pairs. So the problem this poses for me as the manager and Jack as the pro and then the competitions committee is that unfortunately we're going to be oversubscribed in most of our knockout competitions. So usually we would just put the entries in, click a button on the Intelligent Golf system that we use here, and it would automatically generate the draw for us. This year, because we're going to have to draw the first 32 people out of the people that make it into the competition, and everybody else misses out, we're actually having to record all of the draws today so that members can have confidence really that that is how the draw happened and that everything was fair and above board. Because the worst thing that could happen really from a golf club manager's perspective is that, let's say 10 people miss out and every member of the committee who entered the competition makes it into the draw. It can sort of make people think that something untoward might have happened. So we've just had a call from the bar staff. Rather worryingly, the electrics have gone down, but the reality of my job is it just gets phoned into the office, and I couldn't even replace a fuse at a plug, but I'm the go-to guy. So while it's always great to go and jump in and help the staff if you need to, the reality of that is I told you yesterday that I needed to get all the knockout draws online. I've still got 2 to do. We've only got 6 competitions. You know, you come into work, you sort of think, right, today I will do this. These are my current sort of to-do list things. You can see there's not a lot of highlighter pen on there at the moment because I drew that up yesterday, but the problem it poses you, the things that just jump out of nowhere that you can't possibly predict sometimes in this job, is that there are still people waiting to find out their knockout draws, and if I don't get these on soon, I'm in trouble. Okay, I'm on my way home. The day's not finished for me. I've got some Zoom meetings this evening that I'm gonna be sat in my house for. And unfortunately, the main reason for recording this little update, I still haven't uploaded the last 2 knockouts onto the system. Today has beaten me. It's been interruption after interruption, sidetracked by, thankfully, the now fixed electrical problems. So that's my task for tonight. So Mrs. Morgan may as well go out. If only the pubs in Wales were open. So I'm home now. Just finished a Zoom meeting. Plus sides of working from home, I can cover up my ridiculous coronavirus hairdo. Bad side is I have to share my work desk with things like this. But needs must, because the saga of the competition draw is still not over. So I am not leaving this table, even if the football starts, until this is online. So I'm pleased to say the saga is now over of the Knockout Cup draws. What is about 6 man-hours of work has taken spread across 3 days. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of the job sometimes, but especially at the moment through the coronavirus crisis. As I say, all of this could have just been a click of a button, but it's one of the realities, unfortunately, in all golf clubs in the United Kingdom that because we had to exclude people from the competition this year, had we just clicked it on a button in an office with no evidence or anything else, something crazy like every single member of the committee who had entered the competition would have randomly been drawn and they would have all got in. And then unfortunately, human nature means that you start to suspect that something untoward has happened, or if some member that has maybe sent me an email last week that he thinks may have annoyed me and he doesn't make it into a competition, that can lead to them then thinking we've deliberately excluded them. So whilst it's a worthwhile thing to do this year to video it and let everyone see the draws live and everything else, it has turned 15 seconds work into 6-7 man-hours, and then with all the interruptions it's taken 3 days to achieve. But we're there. I'm happy. I feel like I've walked across a finish line. Hopefully I can catch some of the football now before it's over, and we go again tomorrow, all over again. Hopefully no electrical breakdowns tomorrow. Okay, so it's another day, and what I'm going through here is what I call the moment of truth. So come in every morning, I've got a lot to do today, and I'm about to open my inbox. So any golf club GM out there knows the hope is that there's nothing in this inbox that is going to completely divert my day, really. Hoping nothing major's come in since 8 o'clock last night, but anything is possible. So here's hoping. So one of the remaining challenges that we've been having through this coronavirus outbreak has been how on earth do we reopen the locker rooms for our members. Clubhouses in England now are open. That's been quite successful. Cleaning schedules, that sort of thing. But one thing we've all been struggling with as managers, I think, is how on earth do we see the finish line of opening the locker rooms back up? So fingers crossed, the demonstration I'm about to have from one company, one local based company, may not only solve the problem here, but may actually help everyone in the region, or potentially even across the UK. Some golf clubs in Scotland are already using this, but it's not really stretched beyond that. So fingers crossed, you're about to see how we could open changing rooms. Quite an important job for today is the annual general meeting notice needs to go on the board. We've got our AGM at the start of September, which this year is going to be held on Zoom. So that could be an interesting evening. I've seen it done successfully elsewhere. The Golf Club Managers Association did it really professionally. But due to social distancing, that's what's going to happen. And so I'm now drawing up the notice, which is almost the starting line for everything that comes afterwards, the elections and any proposals for amendments to the rules or resolutions. So yeah, this is very much step one of 1,000 steps, but probably something members of golf clubs wouldn't appreciate, just how much work goes into before the night of that election, and this would be stage one. So I'm about to click print on the notice. So there's lots of lovely parts to the job that we get to do in golf clubs, but I'm afraid today is probably the opposite of that. I've basically got a Zoom meeting now with a member of staff who unfortunately is not going to be kept on as a result of the COVID-19 crisis that we're all going through at the moment. So rather glum day for me and for some of the team, and certainly for the employee concerned. By no means the only golf club having to go through this sort of thing at the moment, but it just really is never a pleasant thing to have to do, really. So quite glum. So not many posts from me today because I'm likely to be quite down in the dumps after this, but part of the job.